Thank you, Stephen. We start here this afternoon. The lack of decisive leadership in both the public and the private sectors is one of the bottlenecks to more black businesses entering the market. That's according to MTN Group chairperson Mcebisi Jonas, who delivered a keynote address at the Black Business Summit. Ntokozo Khumalo was there for us and spoke to Jonas on the sidelines of the summit.
The Black Business Council Summit this year is really focusing and zoning in on what are those bottlenecks that are preventing more black businesses to contribute to not only economic growth but also to job creation. And to help us get into the details of that, I am now joined by Mcebisi Jonas, who is the chairman for the MTN Group. Thank you so much for talking to us. Now, you highlighted several bottlenecks in your keynotes that really hinder black businesses being able to get into the market and scale. Could you quickly talk us through what some of those issues you see that prevent that?
Yeah, thank you very much for the interview. I think the first is that we do need a broad national consensus about how to grow the economy to begin with, how to deal with inequality to begin with, and how to ensure that we build a state that is capable and effective, as it were. But secondly, I think we must also kind of move away from this thing of saying it is government. I think business must be more forthright in actually setting their own interests and their own views and opinions about what needs to happen. The bottlenecks range from the finance, for instance, for enterprise development, and just an ecosystem that support growth of new entrants in the market. South Africa has a very high startup failure, and that's something that I think you could address through a whole range of mechanisms: finance, logistic support, and a couple of and regulation and deregulating certain things, etc., and making compliance easier, as it were, for some of the industries. The last point, I think I would say that I think that we do need to have, and that's probably a core problem in South Africa. Black wealth is created through the state. And I guess, I mean, because of where we're coming from, it has all sorts of problems in its nature. We do need to actually create an environment where big business understands the importance of transformation and reducing of inequality, etc. We also need concrete measures that actually deal with inequality. Thanks.
And just speaking to that inequality, transformation has really been a big theme, as I'm covering stories, especially in this week, from both private and public sector, with issues such as skills development being one of the key issues that they say is a challenge in creating those jobs. What needs to happen for then public and private to really meet in the middle to say these are the main issues we need to deal with, skills, education, so on, to really drive this agenda forward?
I guess, I mean, there are numerous interventions that are required. In the first instance, I think we need to align more and more our education and training system with the labor market. And it's something that you can do through the participation of industry in some of the technical and vocational training programs, and integrate the workplace with the education and training program. Secondly, I think we must be clear about which sectors are growing, and we must also be clear about which jobs are dying. So and start training people in the new jobs. I mean, think about it. It's clear that we are going to have less clerks, for instance, and in the future. So why do you kind of train people for that? So there's a kind of a new orientation and mindset where you focus on new jobs that are digital skills are going to be important for the future. Technology is very important for the future. Obviously, I think, and coding and all of those things, we must focus on the new skill sets in order to ensure that the youth grapples with capacity to participate in the system. The last part, I think, we need to break this logjam. The private sector must get involved, not just like in policy, just practically ensure that you're integrating youth development, you're integrating new skills, training and skilling, within the normal programs of doing business. Thank you.
Mcebisi, thank you so much for your time. Of course, that was Mcebisi Jonas, who is the chairman for MTN Group, saying that for us to really drive transformation, we need to focus on what industries are dying, what jobs are dying, but also what industries are growing and where those skills need to be developed. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Ntokozo Khumalo in Ekurhuleni.